I traveled more than 1000 kilometers to watch Lijo Jose Pellissery and Mammootty film Nanpakal Nerathu Mayakkam at IFFK where it had its world premiere, and my bad luck I couldn't watch it. But honestly I cannot complain because there were people who stood in line for 4 hours and still couldn't get to watch it, which I didn't do. So hello guys, I'm Nona, and in this video I want to share my thoughts about IFFK as I was attending it for the first time. So you can call it kind of a review for it if you may like. So first of all, about the festival, I love the vibe and the passion. I've attended IFFK for 2 years back to back, but what I saw there, it's unmatched. Like every film I saw, people were cheering and clapping and whistling when the director's name came, when the actors showed up. It literally felt like I'm watching a mass commercial film. It's a Rajnikant's entry. I know it felt like, two worlds merging together. I never thought, I'll watch The Whale like that, where people are whistling and clapping, even when the title shows up. Also, the festival happens in Trivandrum or Thampanur, and there are several theaters across, 2 kilometers radius where all the screenings happen. So, I also got to visit different type of theaters. This was the first time I sat in a balcony seat, a very different experience, and also my first time in a single screen theater. All my life I've usually have been to multiplexes, and apart from the screening I also went to a theater to watch a film, Saudi Vellega, and it was playing with subtitles, amazing. But the ticket prices, oh my god, I went for a 7 p.m. show evening. I think it was a Thursday night and it was just 110 rupees. Mind blown. Maybe it was Thursday night so it was less, but the normal price is also 150, 140, that's it. And that's outstanding. And it was really great to see, so many theaters close to each other. I'm sure not all of them, show new films, but at least they're there. That means there's a demand. A lot of people go and watch. Now, I would definitely say that, the theaters are a little bit far away from each other. And I was not the person, attending all the screenings and, hopping from one theater to the other. But one day I did have 4 films, but I had someone who had a bike so we could easily travel. But if it was just me on foot, it would have been really hard. But I think that's where the passion comes in. Like I talked to people who saw 34, 35, 36 films. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. That means they were hopping from each theater. And talking about the vibe of the festival, everyone is allowed. For the screenings, you have to show your ID card. They'll scan it and then only you can go. But you can enter these premises. You can interact with people. There's so many people enjoying the food. They were sitting together, singing. In the evening, 8, 9, 10 people were just there enjoying each other's company. So that I have not seen before. Now coming to LJP's movie, many people couldn't attend it. It was too crowded and there were some issues also. I think for the first screening, some seats were reserved for VIPs and people got really upset that why you are saving them. We have booked tickets, we have paid for it. Why you are not letting us sit there? So there's something like that happened. Also, a lot of people who have attended the festival before, told me that this year was not the best. Too many delegates showed up and there was some mismanagement. There was also issues with the app and the website to book tickets. And I think that is universal. That happens with IFFK also. But again, I would say still IFFK has a better system, but we cannot compare because that is an Indian festival and this is a state festival. The funds they get are very, very different. But what they did this time was, before this, you could book 5 tickets a day. You could watch 5 films. Practically you cannot watch more than that because otherwise they'll overlap. But this year they made the thing that you can only book 3 tickets. And for other films, if you want to watch, you have to stand in a different line. When everyone who has booked the tickets are inside and there's space left, you can go and sit. Now this actually makes things difficult because everyone can only book 3. So for the other 2 they want to book, they cannot. So they have to stand in line. Now I understand why they did that. So more people can watch more films. It's not just people with fastest fingers first. They'll book everything and other people will not even get a chance. But that makes the situation tricky also. And now when you have a different line for unreserved people, they let them in slowly, and then if they don't find a space, they're sitting on the stairs, they're sitting on the floor and watching the film. Again, I love the passion, but it is a big security hazard. And the festival let people do that and it was really scary. Like my first screening, The Whale, it happened. Like I actually got a seat in the theater which had a leg room, so people could walk. So I'm like, okay, great. I can stretch my legs. But when the unreserved people came in, they didn't find spot, they just sat everywhere. So the whole floor was full with people. I couldn't even move my legs. I couldn't even get up and leave. Like I would have crossed a sea of people to, get out. And that was really scary. Like it takes fraction of seconds to, something to go wrong and then stampede. People can even lose their life. So I was actually not happy with that. It also depends theater to theater. Some theaters didn't allow it at all. Some theaters, let 2, 3 or 4 or 10 people allowed to sit on the stairs. And again, I understand the passion that people want. They are there standing in line to watch the film. They're so passionate, but security first. If you're alive, one day you can watch that film, not the other way around. Because I know at IFFK it's not allowed at all. And there's actually a penalty at IFFK that if you book a ticket and you don't show up, you will lose the ability to book tickets. And that's why a lot of people cancel if they're not attending. So other people can book and get in. So there's always same number of people who can be in that theater. So there's no extra line of people who are trying to get in. There are few people who want to get in anyways, but they are not allowed. See, I felt it was my duty to point this out. It's a very serious thing. If something would have gone wrong, it would have been a big news. The organizers would have been held responsible. So I wish next year there is some solution to this. I know a crowd can get angry. There were a lot of stories going around what happened at Lijo's movie, but still as organizers you have to take a stand. You cannot let the security just be like this. But other than that, everyone really liked the movies that were showcased. The film catalog was really good. The selection was really good. And again, as I said, I definitely enjoyed the place. I love the vibe and I love the passion for cinema. Now if you want to know how I almost missed my train, you can check out this vlog where I shared everything I did at IFFK. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this, hit the like button, share this, and I'll see you next time.